All right. So, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again uh, continuing our Phoenix Rising playthrough as the Galactic Empire, which is becoming more and more galactic every day. We may or may not have thrown away one of our fleets in the last stream, but we've got one going still, so it's all good. We managed to take a lot of this Coreward territory, or not really Coreward, but the center of this map, which is the Outer Rim, but all that's left on this half are pretty much independent worlds, so we don't have to worry about them attacking us. We will need to take them for ourselves at some point. What we're going to do today is we're going to go for Bodajef. Well, first we're going to get this rebel fleet out of here, which looks more threatening than it is. It's mostly freighters. And once they're cleared off of Dathomir, we're going to go in for Bodajef. Then we can start building up along our border in the east. And we have about two major pockets of resistance here. The CSA, I believe, should have most of these planets, unless the rebels have invaded them. And then mostly down here, it is rebel. So joining me as usual for these streams is Evil Bob the Bob.
Hello.
But we also have a very special guest for you today, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only, the code user.
Yep. Thank you.
So
You can't see me bowing, but I am.
Code User is one of the 3D artists on Thrawn's Revenge. He has been with the team about as long as I have, so 12 whole years of suffering. And he's going to sit here and join Bob in criticizing my decisions, being the voice of the comments. So we'll get into it. We're going to go for that rebel fleet at Dathomir. Oh, we actually do have some other stuff flying in there that we just kicked off of Agamar, I believe. We got most of our big forces here. Is there anything else? Where are you attacking me? Listahall? Listerine? Is that up in here? Yeah, okay, so that's not good. Can I move you out of here first? No. Okay, Listahall is still isolated. Oh wait, no, because Telos isn't occupied. Okay. It is a raid. So yeah, we'll probably go for about 3 episodes worth today. We'll probably only have this in one more stream before we've conquered the Outer Rim.
Yes, sir. Scouting.
Droidekas are a pretty terrifying raid, especially in the version you're in where they haven't been nerfed. You really probably want to get
AV.
Mr. Yularen there to hide in the bunker.
Yes, sir. Ready.
Oh, why is he so far?
Because you didn't
Why is he so
pre-place him
far?
using the base layout maps, which are completely operational in Phoenix Rising.
I thought he wouldn't be a character. I thought he would just be
He is.
economic.
Everybody's a character. Well,
Yeah.
not everybody, but most people are characters.
Awaiting your command.
So he can, shoot his pistol once, then die in a hail of blaster fire. Because he's just an old guy.
What is needed?
The ATST should be pretty effective against the Droidekas, though.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get some a repair platform here. ATSTs can shoot at the Droideka and hopefully not die.
Move.
Assuming they ever show up. They might go and like destroy the other stuff on the map first.
Like those really expensive planetary turbo lasers.
What is the directive?
Well, I mean, they're not really expensive to you, but
Your order.
in the update,
Mission
the
received.
current update where the economy has been severely nerfed, they're very expensive.
Enemy forces ahead.
Here we go. Espo Enforcer, Droidekas. These Droidekas generously donated by Thrawn's Revenge, I believe.
You've still got the old model, I think.
Right away.
EV turret. Okay, destroy my turbo lasers if you must. Just leave my children.
On duty. Heading out.
I want to put him somewhere safe, but I also
Ahead to that location.
want him to be in a place that's defended by our stuff.
There's a bunker pad in the top left of the base, in like the west entrance.
On the way.
If they get there first, and no, I guess they're gonna go this way. I think.
Keep going.
Turbo laser tower destroyed.
Over there.
Okay, we'll put some turrets here.
Constructing. Turret constructing.
It's a shame to spend... Oh, wait, no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, well.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Your assignment.
Just get in it.
Base is under attack.
Yay, they went that way.
Awaiting further instruction.
Get over here.
Always ready, sir. On my way. Engaging enemy.
Yes, roll to your doom.
Scanning area. On the move. Scouting area. Let's go. Right away.
They're small enough that they're hard to click on.
Heading out.
That's their true power.
Oh no, they're gonna shut off the planetary turbo lasers. Whatever will I do? How many are there per company? Like 16?
Yeah, 16. So they'll be everywhere. And then you've got a set of Esbern forces and whatever else, because there could be up to three units.
Yeah, I
so-
think it's probably 2 Espos. Droideka.
Affirmative. Fall out. Let's move out.
Because they are very Espo happy in this build, so...
Inputting coordinates.
It's
Stand
I
ready.
assume the Droidekas are from starting forces then. Because it was
think
only
so.
Espos that they were... Espos and Y-Wings that they were building?
As far as I'm aware, I
Proceeding.
honestly
Reporting.
can't remember exactly what they were limited to, but it was something along those lines, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're just starting forces Droidekas.
Awaiting orders.
And again, that's all stuff that has been fixed in the current updated version. It's just this playthrough's been going on for a month, and there's very regular updates
Yeah,
to
Corey's
PR.
slow,
Wow.
and I'm fast.
Repair station constructing.
Yes, sir.
There are currently there may be some crash issues in the current build,
On the move.
but I've been working on reducing those to an absolute minimum. I'm not entirely sure if there are any still left right now, or what the cause of any that are still left is. I know that land battles tend to have crashes more than anything else, but there were some space battle crashes that had crept in somehow. But hopefully those have been cleaned out by now.
Over there.
I want to clean these Droidekas out, but...
Yeah, the other thing I want to do for raid forces is make their behavior a little less annoying, so they don't just kind of float around the map doing nothing in particular and actually go and attack instead of what they're doing right now,
I
which is
found
kind of
them.
annoying.
Fire.
You baited them.
Target.
General Droideka.
Heading out. Fall out.
Gotta jump on
So
the
y-
prequel meme train to be worth
You're going to be
anything.
voicing Grievous in Fall of the Republic then?
I forget who we had voicing Grievous before, but we did have someone on the team that did
Reporting.
an actually okay Grievous impression, and that's the one that was used in the Fall of the Republic mini-mod, but the recording quality was so bad. It was probably...
Yes, sir.
It was probably Wrath, actually.
This way.
I have no idea who that person is.
Cameron.
Over there.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that was actually decent.
Hostiles. Scouting.
And we need to include the Macarena animation.
On my way.
Of course. I'll remake it, only better.
Yeah, we need to redo his waist. Him and the SPDs, they need to have new legs.
Let's go.
Other than that, they're good models.
Moving out.
New skin, some better animations. We'll be good to go.
Well, SPD has no animations at all, so that one just needs animations at all.
Going.
New animation. Got it.
Alright, I'm gonna have to chase down some of these guys.
On my way.
I
They
always
built up
feel
a whole
bad when
base
this
over
kind of thing
here.
happens.
Scanning area. Attack. Fire.
You know, they raided your planet and they decided that rather than attack, they just dig in.
They're trying to coexist or something. What is this shit?
Go. Open fire.
I'm not okay with this. Like, look at all these turrets.
Right away. Attack that target. Attacking target.
Well, I guess we gotta...
Moving out. Fire at will. At your service.
Well, those are my build pads, so get out of here.
Yes, sir. Heading out. Fall out. Let's move out. Inputting coordinates.
Oh, you guys are going the way I didn't want you to go. You come in this way.
Ready to go. Attacking.
Then we can get our repair platform back up over here. We can force them out.
What is the directive? Awaiting orders. Keep going. Always ready, sir. This way. Right behind you. Targeting. All right, men. Take cover.
Repair station constructing.
Reporting in. Over.
No!
Your orders.
They blew it up immediately. It's 20 credits I'll never get back, or whatever. Was it? Oh, 50.
Whatever
Damn.
shall you do?
After them.
If only I had millions of credits that I was just sitting on. Or almost a million credits.
Roger that.
Repair station.
Yes, your economic management is something to be admired, I think.
Scouting. On duty.
Gotta live on that YouTube budget.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, that ATST decided to stand still. That was its own
Scanning area.
life choice.
Orders received. I copy.
Base
Awaiting
is
further
under
instructions.
attack. Constructing.
Reporting.
Okay, that's gotta be most of the Droideka.
Construction complete.
I think so by now, yeah.
On the move. Scouting area. Let's go. Prepared to assist. Firing.
So it's just the Espos that are hiding in here. Oh, they're
Engaging
leaving.
enemy.
They haven't been exposed to this kind of blaster fire before.
Fire.
Well, they're
Exposed.
just police.
Target acquired.
It sounds like Espos.
Yes, Commander.
I
It's gonna be
assume
a
everyone
huge
can
pun
look forward.
expose.
I assume everyone can look forward to this brilliant wordplay when you do your CSA playthrough in TR.
No, I basically just used everything I had right there. There's
Yes, sir.
no reason to do the LP anymore.
That's very disappointing. Nothing, no more about Invincible class,
Awaiting
or
orders.
you can probably do something with some of the other units they're getting.
They're gonna have victories, which is always a good one to use.
Vehicle.
They're gonna have. I think I can probably make more puns about Recusant and Rec being in the name, and
Did you just
gotta-
reveal that they're getting that unit?
For whatever reason, everyone has just assumed they're getting it, so I may as well. We never said that,
Well,
but
It's a Clone Wars unit that isn't in the mod yet, so obviously somebody's got to get it. It may as well
Clearly.
be the CSA, right?
if it's from the Clone Wars, it has to be in every mod, even if it's a Star
Definitely.
Trek mod.
Awaiting command. Location confirmed.
Are you revealing
Advancing.
Bob's confidential
Confirmed.
plan?
Forward.
We were talking about TR there
Oh.
when I finished my brilliant Recusant model.
Yeah, my
Ah.
cunning plan is just to make all the current Clone Wars units that are in Phoenix Rising buildable. Do still need a Munificent class, though.
Navigating. I copy.
Did you hear back from,
Max?
Confirmed.
yeah, Max about that, or?
It's I think Alradi is currently skinning it.
Setting
course. Oh well.
Roger. We've located the enemy. Advancing.
Alright, I think because they have the Recusant, they're not going to retreat, so we can possibly destroy all these freighters.
So the downside with freighters right now, large numbers of them, is they kind of lag the game really badly, as you may be noticing. I think I haven't patched it in the game yet, but I think I've managed to find a fix for that. I hope. But basically, every 2 seconds, all 32 of them are going to try and find a new place to hide.
Attacking.
And that means calculating for the entire map, which is kind of slow when you've got lots of freighters. So,
Oh well. I'll blow them up and that'll get better.
yeah, pretty much.
Attack that target.
Can actually, these are not the sturdiest of. Oh no, they're leaving. Guys, I just wanted to play.
Fire at will.
We don't have any tractor beams on it, so. So
Well, I
yeah,
don't
I think we're
count
good.
it.
I think we're good. We're good. We're good. Instead.
Attacking. Targeting.
Bye guys. Got a Menka, got a Recusant, CR90. I'm gonna check the charts. Nope. Not you, Tarkin. CSA has the biggest economy. Rebels do still have the biggest military by a little bit. after I lost everything. Okay, let's take Bodajef now, and like I said, that's the last active planet in this area. The rest are independent forces, so they're not going to do anything to me. We'll have a good production base in the backup here. What is our ISD research at? 25%. So we may not actually get to use them.
It might finish.
It would be nice to like take the last planets with Chimera.
Awaiting your
Would he have?
command.
Did you give him Chimera or Grey Wolf, or does he upgrade through those?
I think he starts with Chimera, then no. I think he starts with Admonitor, then gets Chimera, something like that. Like he has way too many random Star Destroyers. The people are like, he can command that Star Destroyer. Why not? It's Thrawn.
Fallout.
Why doesn't he get an Executor class?
Reinforcements.
He actually did in 1.2.
Moving out.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. He actually did get an Executor, because I don't know why. Actually, I think it was meant to be one of the stolen ones.
Is that canon at all?
no.
Okay.
There they are. Blast them.
It was very much a what if in that case. Yeah, so I have him going Admonitor, Chimera.
No Grey Wolf
The
at
main reason being him staying on Admonitor is because we don't bother with, like, I don't go late enough to have him break off to form Empire of the Hand,
all. Mhm.
and Peleon has the Chimera for most of the rest of the time. Because technically he was the captain of it. It's like there's this really awkward thing, right? Is he commanding officer? Is he the captain? Was it his flagship? All that shit. So, like, for the Thrawn campaign, GC, I just said, screw it, and put them both in one Chimera together,
Yeah.
so they don't. Because it's no point.
Yeah, that's
They
why
were
he's
always
like the
together.
second most important person in the Thrawn trilogy, but he's not in our Thrawn campaign because he's sitting beside Thrawn the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. So I just merged their bonuses and plopped them on the same ship. Their bonuses don't overlap in any way, so it just makes sense for him to be there doing his thing in the background.
Crews are online.
The power behind the
Move
throne.
to attack. Lambda shuttle ready.
The power behind the what?
Throne.
Behind the what? If you don't say it, I will, and I know you know what I'm going to say.
No, not the power behind the throne.
Yes. Do
You
it.
scumbag.
Cannons armed.
Yep, well, I don't regret that. Alright, there's the neutron star. We got our big acclimator fleet.
Forces sighted.
It's just
Acclimator's
is that
pretty
going
solid.
two? Going two, I think that is. So we'll clear out everything else, then we'll go for that. You guys can
Yeah,
move up a little bit.
For you. Your orders.
They're gonna clear the way for me.
We're in position.
The only CSA presence in the middle of the galaxy right now.
Most of the time when I've tried to test runs of this GC as the CSA, Bodajef just gets double attacked by both rebel planets that are next door to it,
Clear the way for you. Cruiser here.
because
Yeah.
the AI can do that.
The stacked forces on their way.
Cruiser
Yeah.
It's a fun mechanic.
It's pretty cool. Like, it does allow the AI to pull off some cool moves, but it also sometimes breaks completely if the hyperlanes aren't the speed the AI expects them to be.
Welcome to Thrawn's Revenge 2.1.
Yeah, that's partly why I sped up the galaxy. One of the other big reasons for speeding up the galaxy was to speed up all the slow hyperlanes enough
ready, sir.
so that the AI doesn't end up being like, oh, here's some fighters, and then a minute later, here's an entire fleet that isn't supported by fighters now.
Yeah. Well, with ours, it was because it was dividing by 0.
Roger that.
So it never was able to send stuff at the right times. This is why you'd end up with like, you'd get attacked by 2 frigates, then 2 frigates, then 2 frigates, then 2 frigates, and there'd be like 7 minutes of attack loops, and then it would stop.
A fun time for everybody.
And we thought they just weren't building enough stuff initially until like 2. It was one of the first things I think we fixed in 2.2 development, but it still sat there for years in 2.1,
Awaiting orders.
which was not ideal, but that was pre-workshop.
Yeah,
So if you wanna
before
fix
you could just
anything-
say, download the patch. And then people had to install the patch, and that's a whole thing.
Yeah, a lot of people don't computer very much, so doing any kind of patching outside the workshop is difficult. That's one of the reasons I really wish Sins had a workshop. It's a game that would benefit from it so much because it's so oriented around like competitive multiplayer. Not competitive necessarily, but like it is a multiplayer centric game. And so balance patches are important, and it's a game that's fairly actively updated by the developers for a game of its age, and it's just really hard to get anything organized.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Because I'd love to have Ascendancy patches out every month, but instead it's been a year.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm patching Phoenix Rising like once every other week or once a week or whatever because I can.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared to do that with EAW just because of the saves breaking.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I just don't care. It is clearly marked as a beta. So
Yeah.
if people complain, I'm just like, it's a beta. Honestly, if you really want to sit down and have a 20-hour Phoenix Rising session spread across a month, then you just need to wait for me to release the mod, which is getting there.
Or do what I do
It's
and
getting
make
a
a
lot
copy of
closer.
the folder, and
Oh
life
yeah,
is
that's
fine.
another option. But that's for people can't computer so well. So
Yeah. But
that's its whole.
It's
kettle of
there.
fish.
Awaiting orders. Comlink active.
One of the big updates that I want to make soonish is to get rid of these horrible TIE targeters once you get past Tech. Once you get to Tech 2, by having tech-based fighter loadouts. So essentially what you'll do is once you research all of the base level units for a given tech, land and space, your tech level will increase. And that will upgrade all of the garrisons in all of your structures, and it will also upgrade all of the complements across your ships so that things like TIE targeters won't still be sitting around being completely useless.
Yeah, well, when you get to that point with that many units, it's a real give and take.
Enemies in range. Reporting in. Moving into position.
I'm proud of that one.
You shouldn't be.
Crews are online.
I don't care.
Move to
I am.
attack. Prepared to assist.
It doesn't make very much sense. Like, even as a pun, it doesn't make very much sense.
You don't make very much sense.
Ready. Enemy forces sighted.
Why can't I just have nice things? Why do they gotta be ruined?
Moving into that area. Reporting. Attack.
Armed and ready.
Alright, this golem needs to die.
In command.
I think the acclimators are
Your order, sir.
fine. Yeah.
Roger that.
Arquitens are fine. This Carrick. This one's getting a little bit too close again.
Copy.
That's good.
Standing by. Reporting in. Target acquired.
Their fighters are coming in on us, so I'll probably have to
Instructions.
kill those Belbalabs at least. And the Menthans are actually not horrible either.
No, they can
As-
deal with ties pretty well if you ignore them accidentally. The Belbalabs are pretty good because they got the triple lasers, but the ties can usually deal with them if you remember to deal with them.
Activated. Ready.
The scary Belbalabs are the ones where they get the assault missiles because then they become really, actually pretty dangerous bombers with a really strong alpha strike. Basically because Battlefront 2 was like, let's give them the CIS a bomber that's also General Grievous' ship. So we're like, sure, let's just put assault missiles on it, why not?
Taking fire.
Are you suggesting that the space combat in Battlefront 2 wasn't an accurate depiction of what a lot of those ships were capable of?
Cruiser here.
Like the V-Wing bomber? Yeah, I am indeed suggesting that that is a load of BS.
Standing by.
Or the LAT assault ship?
That target. Focus all firepower.
I think that was a case of, oh crap, we need some stuff. We don't have time to make it up wholesale, and these units should just be in the game because they're in the movie. So off we go, lads.
We're in position. Target sighted.
Classic game design.
Attack them now. Awaiting orders.
Okay, this one may blow up. There's no longer other stuff shooting at it, and the ties are coming in.
I'm on them.
Acclimators themselves have okay anti-fighter capability, so they can probably hold them off for a little while.
We just gotta deal with this Golan.
Attacking.
Sentinel standing by. Eliminating target.
Focus all firepower.
The shields are apparently a decently high recharge rate on this. Does it?
Yeah, I don't know if the stations have anything specific with their shields. They just have really high shields compared to most other ships because they're stationary. So
That was all you.
I also ended up giving them a 50% range boost. Their standard weapon, they have a set of standard weapons, but I gave them significantly longer range than the standard because they need that kind of bonus to make them worthwhile. I think that's possibly led to them being a little too powerful for the player, but I'm trying to do some stuff for the AI to help it deal with the stations a little better anyway.
I copy.
Right. Well, their shields are down now.
Reporting. Targeting all
Our abilities are ready. Dreadnoughts are doing some good damage from a very long range, which is what they are good for.
Yes, Commander.
Actually, the acclimators are fast enough that they'll probably get here and still be useful. So
Yeah, acclimators are pretty speedy.
Eliminating target. Open fire.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Where'd he go? Awaiting orders. Copy.
all those fighters are either dead or otherwise occupied, so we can go in. Blow them up. Bam.
I got one.
Hopefully that'll mean we're better able to deal with the attacks in the east. Even with just this fleet, we appear to be decently close to the rebel ship strength, or the rebel fleet strength, so I don't think they'll be able to send too much at us that we can't handle. Is it just the fighters left? It seems to be.
Reporting in. Target locked.
Did you you ended up playing on hard, right?
I copy.
I think so. I can
Yeah,
check.
I did. One of the other things in the recent update is that there's a pretty big buff to the hard difficulty, so that the AI have much faster build speeds and much more credits as well.
Yes, sir. Transport here.
Well, I'm still on hard, so it still counts.
Squadron here. Coming back.
Can't take this away from me.
More enemy craft. Cruiser online.
Surprised they haven't retreated yet. Is there something here that I'm just not seeing?
Transport ready. On my way. Ready.
Or do they have that much confidence in their IRDs?
That target.
What it is, I think. So one of the things I added to make them not just leave a bunch of shipyards behind is that if they have a certain amount of orbiting structures, it reduces their retreat zone. I think it might be zeroing it out too often. So basically, the problem is it doesn't update because it uses the galactic perception to know how many yards it has, and so that doesn't update if they're destroyed in tactical. So they think, oh, we don't need to retreat. We've still got to defend all these yards that we have that you've just destroyed. So I need to look into a different way of doing that, I think, so they'll actually retreat.
Okay, well it seems to just be this one squadron left, so...
Yes, Commander. Fallout.
Any second now.
Standing by.
There we go.
We are victorious.
Got him! Got him! Okay, let's get our fantastic walkers over here.
Mission set.
Did I get those extra infantry somewhere?
On my way.
I believe I did. I might have already gotten them killed.
Construction complete.
That's not out of the question.
I'm pretty sure you did in the last attack you made, yeah.
Oh well, they knew what they were in for. I can't be held responsible for the lives of the people I hired and then told to do the thing that got them killed. That would just
Exactly,
be
you're the
unfair.
Empire.
Oh, I actually do have some extra stuff over at Munilinst, so they are no longer necessary over there. I may as well add the fighter hero. Oh, and we have a vendor and some stuff. So yeah, I've been
Ahead to that location.
very lucky that I've gotten my fleets together now when I took Agamar.
Heading out.
So once that gets there, the ground stuff, we can invade Bodajef, and then we'll probably have to take Shakar Straits. Does this go straight there? Well, they're not going to rebuild on Telos, obviously.
Shakar is connected to Telos, not to the main hyperlane, so...
Yeah. So that will have to be taken, which shouldn't be difficult. I'm assuming it is independent.
Yeah, it probably has a bunch of nasty pirate stuff.
And Telos already took the space over. You didn't give the independent forces an infrastructure AI, did you?
No, but they do start with stations and such sometimes. Usually,
Well, we cleared out Telos on the way with the fleet from this hall. That's where the Invincible came from.
yeah. So they're not
So,
going to rebuild.
Invasion commencing.
All right, we're safe to kill everyone.
Reporting.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving out.
Juggernauts are so
The
good.
enemy is
I love
approaching.
Juggernauts.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. It's one of those things where it's like, why did the Empire not just use Juggernauts all the time?
Because they can't walk, and that looks less cool.
I guess. And they were literally like one of the concepts for the assault on Hoth was going to be Juggernauts. So
Constructing.
Reporting.
I guess wheels are just too identifiable with good guys, so...
presumably Harryhausen was like, no, we can animate the walking. I believe.
Ready. Weapons armed.
I mean, walkers are cool, so...
AT-AT
eh,
ready.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I mean they are pretty impractical in a lot of situations. Not as all-terrain as they claim to be, but pretty cool.
I feel like snow is actually one of their better use cases.
Oh no, definitely. Like there's a lot of really good use cases for walkers as heavy assault vehicles. But you got to make their feet big enough so they don't sink.
What upgrades does the Acclimator get at maximum research?
Top level acclimator, the main thing it gets is just some really nice turbo lasers and proton bombs instead of just proton rockets or proton torpedoes from the nose. So it does a pretty good job of completely annihilating frigates and such.
So for some reason, the ATTs back here are stuck.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. Some other people, it's been reported for the AT-AT as well. They just decide that they don't want to move, and the animation just pauses, and you can hit stop a load of times and stuff like that. Nothing. It's really weird. I don't know why it's happening. You got it on video though, so that's handy. I might be able to work it out from there, but I don't know what's up.
I just wanted to get a build pad there, but there's so much stuff here.
They decided to just ram the entrance with ATSTs, I guess. At least you've got actual TIE bombers and not just TIE targeters.
On my way, sir.
You were talking about
they-
potentially upgrading the TIE targeters to have their full missile outload? Or loadout?
Yes, I was thinking of having them, instead of being 6 proton torpedoes, to have 12 concussion missiles, because 1, it's more missiles, that's always good. 2, it is just more useful because it can target infantry, and having them as a kind of infantry suppression bomber might give them an actual niche. In the early game, at least. Instead of being an annoying, useless thing where you just watch them fly across, drop a couple of missiles, and then give up.
I might retreat from this.
Oh, it's fine. Just leave the AT-ATs at the front. They'll wipe everything out. And then once you got a bombardment, you'll be fine.
I guess.
Like, the bombardment will clear out the majority of that stuff.
Yeah, they're a little bit clustered up, so... I feel like I'm watching Two Towers.
Choke in choke point right here.
Right out with me.
Attacking. AT-AT ready.
And there's this guy. The top level strats.
Looks like one of the ATTs decided to go for a walk.
Transport ready.
Finally.
Reporting in. Targeting.
I didn't bring enough infantry, so I can't build another repair platform.
Firing. Form up. Walker moving out.
Unit destroyed.
Target acquired.
Okay, trying to keep them far enough out.
Commencing attack.
It's okay, your really weak ATT can stand in the way and get destroyed. That can absorb some of the bullets. Laser bullets. Plasma bullets. Okay, here we go. This is going to get a lot of kills, probably.
As long as they keep walking into it. Yeah, they did.
Oh god.
This is basically the Clone Wars right now.
Pretty much, yeah. We've got base level AT-ATs, which are literally the Clone Wars version with crappy lasers on them. Juggernauts, ATTs. It's a shame he hasn't got any clones.
Attack run.
They're all a
Which he
little
does
better
have.
right now.
They're on Saleucami.
Mission confirmed. Reporting.
No, you were walking up too far.
Moving out. Target locked.
You go, you see? Bombardment, and you're fine. You only lost most of your units.
Choose your
Transport here. Affirmative, sir. Heading out. Transport ready.
All right. Were they garrisons or were they companies though?
I think most of those were actually companies.
Okay.
There are definitely some that will be garrisons because they get the Og9 from the Walker factory, but they only get like 2 of them. So two. Oh
Okay,
no,
so
they
they
get
should have
4 actually. So there's an
that's
infinite
12.
wave of 12 OG9s. Yeah.
Unit destroyed.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Attack that target.
I feel like retreating is
On the way.
sometimes a viable option.
Coward.
Copy that.
Well, I'll get my extra stuff back from these companies.
Armored transport ready.
The advisor tells me that sometimes. Sometimes retreat is a viable option.
Well, I'm
Gather
the
your
advisor here,
forces
and I'm
and-
telling you, you're being a coward.
Okay, fine. I don't listen to the real advisor anyways. You're the one who gave him the 12 OG9, so whose side are you on?
I'm always on the side of the AI, Corey. You know that.
Okay, so what we got out of that was killing those 5 ATSTs.
Yeah, so I guess ATSTs are another thing they can build.
Commencing.
That means there's currently no ATSTs here, so...
Keep going.
Choose your reinforcements.
We might just have to rush a little bit more,
On my way, sir.
because it's just some Espos they had
Maximum unit capacity.
as as actual companies right now.
Well, the good thing is Juggernauts are really good for rushing. So
Fall out troops.
Walk on out there. Keep strolling, strolling, strolling,
Enemy
strolling.
middle spotted.
Keep strolling, strolling, strolling.
This way.
and here we see Corey's entry into his YouTube hip hop career.
AT-AT ready.
Me and Gull have that rap battle
Weapons
that
armed.
he never responded to, so...
I'm very
Moving
disappointed.
to attack. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Ready. Heading out.
Armored transport ready.
Okay, get those ones
Reporting in.
heading out.
Roger
Can
that.
you shoot the building?
Cannons charged. Form up.
Can you shoot the spiders? Spiders are gross. It is known. Look at all these spiders, Jesus.
Awaiting your orders.
They might have another Walker factory, actually. They might have 4 Walker factories.
Yes, Commander.
Copy.
Armed and ready.
Oh, can I run them over? Is that what? No, that just happened to explode at a
Copy. Let's move out.
time that looked similar.
What are your orders? En route.
What I really need to do is get a repair platform there.
At your command. Let's go.
For reference, the infantry you have are army guards who have ion cannons which will stun the vehicles.
Awaiting
So
orders.
that could be handy.
Going. This way.
If you want to use tactics to your advantage.
You can use tactics to your advantage. Use numbers to overwhelm your enemy.
Over there.
I think the best thing about that is that it implies the AI doesn't use any tactics at all.
Yes, Commander.
Which is
Affirmative, sir.
technically not accurate.
What's needed?
Secure the landing.
Yeah, I mean the vanilla AI has the best of intentions behind it.
Commencing.
I'll put it that way. The best of intentions.
In that it wants you to win.
Initiate bombing.
In that it tries its hardest. It tries so hard.
Yes,
Unit
Commander.
destroyed.
What did... Oh, that was a juggernaut.
Copy.
Repair station constructing.
Fire.
Yeah, I think there's another one over here, if there can be.
I copy. Acknowledged. Destination set.
What is your request?
Or down here. Probably there. And those ones are coming from up this way.
Reporting. Proceeding.
Move. Get heals.
Construction complete.
AT-AT
Just in time.
ready. Armored transport ready.
Prepare to target the enemy.
Prepare to target the enemy. What else are you going to be targeting?
It's the Empire. Could be deserters.
Reporting in.
I guess. Well, those are the enemy, still. Yeah, there it is. 4th.
Yes, sir.
There's the first one down. Now it's only 12.
Awaiting your orders.
It's almost like these CIS units were manufactured
I copy.
to be used en masse instead of for their own individual qualities.
Report.
What?
Attack that target.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Attacking target.
Guys, I think there's symbolism here.
Over there.
Are you
Acknowledged.
going to kind of follow that doctrine in platoon sizes in Fall of the Republic?
Ready.
Yes,
Well,
Commander.
bet.
Affirmative, sir. What is the directive?
Juggernaut ready.
Started following it a little bit with some of the ICW changes too.
Reporting. Fire at will.
No way violating the copyrights of Phoenix Rising.
Of course.
Targeting. Yes, Commander.
Bombardment available.
Will this kill this?
Bombardment
Just being in a quarter? I think it might not. Or it might miss everything entirely?
It will do a decent amount of damage. Bombardments in general aren't designed to kill heavy buildings like that, usually. The damage is set up so that it doesn't quite manage it.
Proceeding to target.
Oh, no. Crap, that blew up.
Armored transport ready. Reporting in.
run available.
Reporting. Initiate.
Yeah, when you actually use ATTEs, you wonder how the Republic did so well with them, because they're really not very good.
What?
On my way, sir. Walker moving out. Roger. Target locked.
Yeah, they've got to turn around, but still be healed.
Prepare to target the enemy.
Targets engaged. Awaiting.
The
your
thing is, for all the stuff we're destroying, we're not really destroying any stuff.
You wish, General.
It's a war of attrition.
Target acquired.
Except they don't attrite.
Yeah, so you know, better get to it.
I copy. Yes, Commander. Proceeding.
I think all their infantry are just holed up in the buildings in the west, so
Reinforcements cancelled.
if you just push into the base, you'll be fine.
I'm trying to get stuff healed up first, but
Station constructing.
Right away.
some of it's... Okay, this guy's getting a little too
Affirmative.
overzealous.
Yes, Commander.
He's remembering the Clone Wars.
Once I have all these repair platforms up and everything heals, then I want to get this one down.
Construction
Affirmative,
complete.
sir.
But the more I destroyed, the less organized they're getting.
Your assignment?
Repair station.
True, they're coming in droops and drabs now, so
Yes, Commander. Moving out.
Always ready, sir.
Construction complete.
Armed and ready. Reporting in.
If I do a strike around this side,
Yes, Commander. Awaiting further instruction.
and
Ready. Fallout troops.
sweet
Run
flanking
in.
maneuver.
What are your orders? At your command.
it's a tactic.
So I hear.
Bombing run
AT-AT ready.
available.
Yes, sir.
Which, as I understand, is a good way to beat the enemy.
Commencing bombing run.
Just any tactic. It doesn't matter what it is. Just a tactic, any tactic.
Commencing bombing run. Reporting in. This way.
No!
Roger that. Commencing
My
attack.
thing blew up. Oh well.
Form up. Over there. We'll cover you.
Awaiting
Following
orders.
your lead.
Copy. Fire at will.
Awaiting your orders. Copy.
It was fast enough to get it ahead
For orders.
and wasn't healed up enough.
Attacking.
Affirmative. Enemy sighted.
I copy.
I copy. Reporting. Destination set.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Prepare to target the enemy.
Weapons armed. Yes, Commander.
Well, as long as these guys keep these stunned.
That's what they're good for. It used to be before we swapped into army guards. All shock troopers just used to have disposable ion cannons and no plex missiles. We decided that was a little annoying to deal with. So now the army guard are a nice offshoot that you can use if you get your army troopers to level 2. You can use army guards as an option for cheap anti-vehicle. If you're feeling like you want to be a more pacifist empire, I guess.
Bombardment commencing.
There's still spiders everywhere. Almost as bad as my apartment with cockroaches.
Ready. Cannons charged.
Okay, I think that's
Attack.
Armored
it.
transport ready.
Reporting in. Let's move out.
Ready. Target acquired.
Prepared to
So there's just whatever they're hiding in the buildings.
Commencing attack.
One more factory, so at most 4 of them.
hostiles. Attack.
I assume they're not hiding any spider droids in the buildings.
Inputting coordinates.
No, you cannot garrison buildings with spider droids.
Fire.
As hilarious as that might be.
As you wish.
AT-AT ready.
Just a spider droid hiding in the cupboard,
Fire.
creating its web.
Open fire.
I've never actually used this path
Going.
before.
This way.
It could be
Armed and ready.
helpful for tactics in the future,
Engaging enemy.
which I understand are important.
Moving to
I like
attack.
to use them.
Cover you.
Yes, Commander. Initiate attack run.
Damn.
Commencing.
I was trying to get it angled up there so it would come from here, but I think I have to do it right here.
What are your
Either way,
orders? Right
they're all
away.
dead. Everybody just stumble on over to that corner. They have 2 companies in there, 3 companies in there. Look at that nice red highlighting. Like the building's evil.
Awaiting orders.
Bombing run available.
Ready.
Bombardment
Commencing
available.
bombing run.
Bombardment incoming.
Commencing attack run.
At your command. Targeting. Cannons charged.
Fire.
Copy that.
Ow.
Attack.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh, killed them.
Heading out.
So probably a little bit. Oh, there's another 2 companies, or single company in there.
The enemy has been
Hey,